Most people think building a full-stack application takes weeks of coding and a lot of setup. But today, I want to show you how that's changing and how you can actually go from an idea to a working application in just one sitting. Let me start with this. A couple months ago, I built an application called Snap AI. It's a CLI tool that basically allows you to run commands like this one and instantly generate a custom icon for your application. Since I released it, the community has been creating amazing icons and sharing them all over social media. And by the way, the repo just crossed 1,000 stars, which is amazing. But I thought, wouldn't it be better if there was one place where everyone could upload, share, and showcase these icons together? And that's what we're building today, a site with authentication and a submission system where people can log in and submit their icons for approval and inspire others with their prompts and designs. Now, this isn't just a simple site. It needs authentication, a database, hosting, and a way to manage submissions. Normally, that would mean juggling services like Supabase, Netlify, Vercel, Stripe if you want payments, and a bunch of manual setup. But this is where Bolt 2.0 and Bolt Cloud change everything. Bolt Cloud is basically the backend you don't have to manage yourself. You can just tell the AI agent what you want, like add a login or store this data, and it wires up all the backend pieces automatically. No services, no DNS configurations, no headaches. It's like having an invisible DevOps engineer behind the scenes. And here's something that I want to stress. You don't have to be a professional coder to build something real with these tools. If you have a basic understanding of authentication and a database, even if you've never set them up before, Bolt abstracts the hard parts so you can focus on the idea. And if you are a developer, don't see this as a threat. See it as an amplifier. With your coding skills, you can take these tools further, prototype for clients faster, ship your own side projects, or create resources for the community. So in this video, we'll build a full application together using Bolt 2.0, Claude Code now included in Bolt, and Supabase for the database. By the end, you'll see how Bolt has grown into a serious engineering platform with Claude Code, Git integration, scalable schemas, migrations, environment variables, and more. This 2.0 release feels like a turning point, and I'm excited to show you how it all comes together. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Beto. I work as a developer success engineer at Expo, and I'm also the founder of Code with Beto, where I share courses and resources for developers, like my React Native course, designs, code examples, and templates that can help you move faster. So make sure to check it out. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Now let's dive in. Alrighty guys, so the first thing that you need to do is just go ahead and create an account in bolt.new. Now the version that you are seeing here is the new Bolt 2.0 version that comes with agent integration. So in here we can choose the agent. Like Claude Code now it's the active one, and it's usually what developers use. But now you can use it on the web, which is pretty powerful. And coming soon, you will have also access to codecs from OpenAI. And if you really want to, you can also use the legacy version, which is the version 1 agent legacy. Just make sure to set it active here. But I would recommend that you use Claude Agent. So as simple as ever, guys, you can just start prompting and creating the application that you want to do. So in my testing that I've been doing with Bolt 2.0, it's actually pretty good at following up on previous work. So you can start simple and then start adding features incrementally. I wouldn't recommend trying to one-shot everything, just try to keep things simple. I'm gonna be using Super Whisper to talk and translate my speech to text so that I don't have to write everything. So let's start by saying something like, create a simple website application that displays hello world. All right, there we go. So just like that, super simple. Let's press submit. Now this is going to kick things off, and Bolt now is thinking using the new Claude agent. One thing that I want to highlight is that when you are using this new agent, it actually takes a bit longer in generating the output, but it's actually higher quality. And I really like that it's using like best practices, right? Like we are using here Tailwind CSS and something that I really like. Okay, cool. And it's working as you can see here. Awesome. Now, pretty sick thing that you can do with Bolt 2.0 is that you can just prompt the agent to create a backend and add authentication to the application. Now this is going to be using Supabase, which is great. Supabase is a great service. So let's actually start by adding authentication to our application. Again, and another thing that I want to mention here is that you don't need to have a Supabase account. You don't need to have a Stripe account or whatever you want to do here. Just prompt it, and Bolt is going to generate this backend for you without doing anything. Now, if you later want to deploy this and maybe transfer this project to a client or someone else that bought it from you, you can do that by just transferring the project. And it's super handy. You don't have to create accounts or connecting anything. So yeah, enough talking and let's start prompting. Please add authentication and start with a simple database table to store users. This is my next prompt. And as you notice, it's going to just keep iterating on what we have so far. Okay, it's almost done. It created the database, added authentication, and updated the application so that we can see the new UI. So let's see what we have as a result. Okay. And as you notice, it's doing that sound that it's letting me know that it's ready, which is really cool because I usually go and grab a coffee or drink some water and take a break. And once I hear that sound, it means my application is ready, which is really cool. So this is how it looks. Looks really nice. I love it. But one thing that I want to do is actually check this on a different tab. So we can actually do that here just by saying open in a new tab. And now let's sign up into our application. I'm going to create a dummy password for now and hit create account. Okay. And I'm not going to save the password for now. So this is my dashboard, which is really awesome. Now, this is of course like the development website, but if you want, we can deploy it right away. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to press publish, just press publish. By the way, this is just sending a message to Bolt and it's telling it, please publish this application. This will deploy it and assign it a domain, which is really cool. You of course can then change that to be a different domain. It's going to generate a random one like this one. So you can press it. And this is my application in production, right? But since I created my user at this point, so if I go to my database, let's see, now we have a table users with one row. And if I press it, it's my user. And awesome, everything is working just great. Now, that means that I should be able to just sign in here. So let's try to do that. I'm going to pass my password, hit enter. Awesome, and I was able to sign in production. So just like that, I have an application with authentication ready to go. So I guess now we can start integrating the functionality. And by the way, every time that you make changes, you can prompt it again to redeploy it, and that will keep deploying to the same domain. Now I want to show you the Snap AI repo. This is how it looks. You know, it's a bunch of code. And then we have some videos that I created to show people how to use it. But basically you can copy, you know, commands like this one, Snap AI, and then you pass a prompt like create a minimalistic weather app icon and stuff. So I have here some examples of what you can create, but you know, this is not ideal. I want a full dedicated website where people can submit their creations and then we can showcase them. So what I want to do is just go to the folder here where I have the test icons. And then I'm just going to copy this link. By the way, these are just images of the examples that we have created using Snap AI. Okay, this is a list of PNGs. So let's go back to Bolt, and I'm going to paste the repo link, right? And now let's tell Bolt to use that to display the icons. But now at this point, I guess we can start providing more details. Like we're also going to need a table for the showcase, right? And submissions for the people. We also need to be able to approve these submissions so that we don't get, you know, weird things from users. We want legit stuff, so we need to approve them manually. Awesome. Thanks for adding authentication. Now, please refactor the UI in a way that we have access to the home screen, and logging in is optional. Logging in is only for people that want to submit an icon for the showcase. By the way, this is a website that will be showcasing some of the creations and examples of icons that you can generate using Snap AI. Use the link of Snap AI repo to grab the test icons and put them as initial showcase of what people can create using Snap AI. And then invite people to submit their creations. Once they press the button, they should be able to create an account or sign in if they have one already and create a submission. So for a submission, we want them to send us a link to download the icon and check it out. We also want the prompt that they use to get that result, and maybe their GitHub profile, so that people can follow them if they are interested in their work, or maybe a website if they want to follow them, or even better, if they have published the application. We want people to try out the application, so we need to get some information from them to be able to display them in the showcase. So please go ahead and run a migration in our database to support this new functionality. Okay, so that's my prompt. And here it is. So just want to mention one thing that I really like about Bolt is that they have this enhanced prompt tool. That works really nice if you want to enhance this prompt, but I actually just want to send it like this. I realized that it actually works just like that, so let's go ahead and send it and see what it comes up with, and then we can keep iterating based on that. Okay, I just stopped this prompt because I actually want to tell the agent to use dark mode for this application and use ShadCN components. For those who don't know what is ShadCN components, basically it's a collection of beautiful components, open source, that you can use to create React applications. And I think they are available for other frameworks as well. So let's just copy this and tell Bolt to use it. So I'm going to paste the link here and say, please use ShadCN UI and keep the style dark mode. So I'm gonna say, please use sky blue for the primary color, use ShadCN for the components, and dark mode, okay? And I'm gonna say, don't worry about light mode, just dark. Okay, and now let's submit this and see what it comes up with. Okay guys, I'm getting super excited because this looks beautiful. And this took approximately like 5 or 10 minutes, I would say. So this is what you can expect now with the Claude Agent, super high quality plans and results like this one. Now we have that sign in to submit icon, and look at this guys. Now we have these feature creations. So let's see it here in the other tab. This is the development one. Let's refresh. Okay, here we have it. Let me make this big. That's a good size. Beautiful icons made with AI. Okay, this is awesome. Of course, the text, we can always change it. But if I scroll down, now we get the featured creations, which it took from the repo. If we take a look at the repo and just go back, we have this in the README. Look at this. So these are the featured icons. We have the premium play icon and stuff like that. Let's go back. Awesome. So we have nice animations. Now it's using ShadCN. We have the header gradient in dark mode using blue sky for the primary color, like I said. And here we have the contributors. Now it's adding this date, which is outdated actually. But yeah, let's click on it and it opens a modal that looks really nice. Awesome. Imagine having your icon here. So it's free marketing for everyone. And we have the prompt. Design a neon style, cool. It would be cool as well if we have the, like a line to copy the command instantly, but I'm super happy with the result. Now let's press on submit your icon. Here we have the form, and I'm guessing that I'm looking at the form because I am already signed in. Let's keep scrolling down. So it's asking for the prompt, the icon URL, which maybe I'm thinking maybe we can add storage so that users upload their icon, but that would be more expensive. I guess for the first version, we can just ask for a link. It could be on GitHub or it could be on, somewhere else. Okay, we have the AI prompt, GitHub profile, website, description, and submit icon. So I'm really curious to see what we have now in the database. So let's go back to Bolt. Let's look at the table. Now we have icon submissions and submissions. So let's create a submission. And I really like that it shows a preview, which is cool. Code with beta.dev, description is going to be test, and let's submit this icon. Submission received. Your icon submission has been received and will be reviewed before appearing in the showcase. Back to showcase. Okay, awesome. Pretty cool. But as you notice, we're missing some stuff, right? Like I'm not able to sign out. So let's go and ask Bolt to add the sign out button. And then let's also add for a custom dashboard for me specifically to approve the submissions. And one more thing that I want to ask, guys, the agent, is that it would be nice if we displayed the profile image from the developer who created the icon, right? And I think we can take that from GitHub. So I'm going to say, please add on the submission the profile picture of the person who submitted the icon. You can take that from GitHub and any other relevant information that you think would be beneficial for the people who submitted the icon. Okay, I think that's good. Let's submit this. Alrighty, guys, this was actually a long update. It took like around 10 to 15 minutes, I would say. New features added. Now we have the sign out functionality. And I want to say this again. It actually does what you ask for. It's sometimes nothing more and nothing less, which is good. So yeah, it added the sign out functionality. Now we have the secure admin dashboard, build a comprehensive admin. So I want to look into that. Now we should be able to see the profile image automatically fetching data from GitHub for users that are submitting their icons. Database enhancement. Now we have the admin roles and GitHub profile data fields. Cool, that's great. Secure role level security policies for admin functionalities. That's great. Proper data structure, migration system, security features. Now we can simply turn this flag on, is admin equal to true. So how it works, we have regular users, authenticated users, and admin users. It also improved the code quality, maintainability. Great. I didn't even ask for that, but it's super cool that it did it. Okay, now we have the profile here at the top. Awesome, that looks amazing. That's more than enough to me. So that means that I'm signed in and I can sign out. Great. Now I can say join the community. I can see the featured icons. Everything else looks nice. But now if you notice, the icons show my profile picture from GitHub. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot is that we need the CLI command, right? The Snap AI CLI, so that others can copy and paste and see if they get the same result. So let's go and see the database. Let's go to users. Okay, now users have is admin, right? And right now this is equal to false. So let's update this to make me an admin. Oh, my bad, sorry about that. And now I should be able to see the admin dashboard. Look at this, guys. I'm very excited for this. Let's access it. Awesome, pending submissions 0, approved submissions. Cool, 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 cool. Let's do one thing. I want to create a fake account with another email. So let's do that and submit something. Let's create an account. Okay, this is a different one. Let's submit a creation. Okay, perfect. I like that I can select previous values here. This is just a test, so we don't really need to care about the values here. Oh, did you see that? When you paste the link, it fetches the data, followers, and all that good stuff. Awesome, I didn't know that I had that many followers. That's really cool. So it fetches that from GitHub and it's going to save it in the database. That's awesome. Let's submit that icon. Submission received. Back to showcase. By the way, notice that I'm not able to see the admin panel. Let's sign out. And now let's sign in with my other account. Oh, and I didn't notice that I was in the sign up. So let's go to sign in. Okay, great. That's actually good because it's preventing, users to use the same email. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh everything. Let's go to the admin. Okay, now I'm not able to see the submission, which is weird. Let's go to the database and see if we actually have the submission here. Okay, we have 2 submissions. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hey, I have 2 submissions in database, but I'm not able to see them in the admin panel with my admin account. So let's see if that fixes it. Another really cool thing is that the Bolt agent actually knows what data we have in the database, and it says I can see that there are 2 submissions. Good news, guys. I finally fixed the issue. Now I'm able to view the logs, but I actually skipped like 15 minutes of me asking the agent to fix the issue. And I actually asked a couple times, but it takes like 5 to 7 minutes each time to reply, because it does like a deep research, right, about the issue. And it turns out that there was an issue with how we were fetching stuff and the admin dashboard. So after actually one thing that I want to highlight is that the agent asked me to open the console and then copy paste the errors. So that's what I did, and I want to show how I did it so that others are able to see it, even if you are not familiar with the console in the browser. So this is the console, this is how it looks on the right. Let me make this bigger so that you can see. And all these logs are coming from the code that the agent created for us. And by default, this is closed. This is how it looks. So you can bring that by going to these little 3 dots, and then you can, I think you can select more tools, and then you'll find developer tools. You can access it that way, or just press Option Command I, and that brings it up right away. Option Command I again will hide it. So that's a pro tip. And all I did was just open this, and when I saw errors, just copy everything, went to Bolt, paste it, and it fixes it. Okay. So if you get stuck like me, just do that. Now, on the right, I'm able to see the admin dashboard. Let's click on it. We get a nice loading indicator with the submissions. Now, one thing, it says anonymous and then the email. I guess it says anonymous because we don't have a name for the user. And then we have test. Okay, cool. Let's approve one and reject one. Now let's approve this one. And okay, that's approved. Let's reject the other one. Interesting. It's not doing anything when we reject it. Okay, so it seems that is not doing anything when we reject something, but I guess that's totally okay. Now, what I want to see is that once we approve it, we should showcase it, right? So let's refresh the showcase, and I'm not able to see it. So let's ask the agent to follow up. All right, thanks for fixing that. Now I'm able to see the dashboard. Please go ahead and also add the functionality to reject a submission. When we reject a submission, we want to delete the record from the database, or maybe just set a flag to false so that we don't see it anymore. Apart from that, once we approve a submission, we should be able to see it in the home screen. So we need to fetch that from the database, from the submissions that the community has shared. Now, keep in mind that in the future, we might have a lot of submissions, so it would be nice if we have pagination. And also, it might be good if we can have featured submissions that we want to pin at the top. I'm going to mention as well the detail about the anonymous name. So I'm telling the agent, I think you're trying to display the name, but when the users register, we only have the email. Oh yeah, and one more thing that I want to ask is that we get the command from the users, because it could be that they use special flags for special prompts and stuff. So we need to get that as well. And also make sure that the submissions show the exact command the users use to generate the icon, because it could be that the command had some of the flags available in Snap AI, and we want to be able to capture that so that other users can use them as well. And then I also want to show the command here with a copy button. Then show the command as well on the submissions, and add a button to copy the command quickly, and make sure to style it nice, of course. Now, since the agent takes a while to respond, and it handles my request pretty well, I think that we're good to try and push for more than 3 tasks to do at once, like in this case. Okay, so far I think we have cool stuff here. I ask it to add pagination and load the submissions once they are approved in the home screen so that everyone can see them. And yeah, so let's submit this and let's wait. Okay guys, and we have more progress. Let's see if Bolt was able to do all I asked for. First of all, reject submission functionality. So let's go back to the website admin panel, and now I should be able to reject this one right here. Awesome. So if I press on it, it's gone, which is really Really nice. Oh, this is the deployed one, by the way. If we want, actually, we can just deploy it again while we check the results. So let's just press on update. And this is what happens once you have deployed it. You can keep making changes, iterating, and then deploy new versions. So that's going to be fairly quick, which is something I really like. So let's refresh our first version to the latest changes. Here we have it. Now, another cool thing, guys, is that now we have the, so if I go to the home screen, now we have the community gallery here, which is the real thing. This is getting real. Now we don't have anything else. We could actually just create manually some records that we want to highlight and set them as featured. But I really like that now Bolt is showing the community gallery. If I press on it, we should be able to see the icon. Then we have the prompt, description, and stuff. So now let's see the submit your icon. It's now asking for the command because I was wondering where is the command, right? It updated the schema and it added the rejected and command fields. Awesome, that is great. I mean, I'm actually super surprised. It's updating the schema like nothing and keep adding fields, and it's not breaking the previous data that we had before, right? We have the test that I created and it's still working. So now I'm going to try something funny here. I'm going to pass my PNG here. This actually should be my image on GitHub. Let's see. Okay, so that's the link. Let's see if that works because I think it's trying to use the link. And I mean, right now I'm not able to see the icon. So if I paste this again, okay. So it's trying to use the link to load the image, which I don't think is very ideal. But let's see how this works. I'm going to paste now a real command from Snap AI. So let's go to the repo quickly. You know, and just for testing, I'm just going to grab the first one and let's add it here. So that's a full command. Then we can copy the prompt, use my GitHub username. It's fetching data. Awesome. Let's add my website, description. And I don't know, what I imagine here is that people are going to say, you know, I created this icon for my application that is published on the App Store, so check it out and follow me. So let's just submit the icon like that. Submission received. Back to showcase. Let's go to my admin dashboard. Now the submission looks really good. We have the icon, which is my image. Then my email, it fixed that as well, which is really cool. And the command looks really nice. I really like how it looks like the terminal style. Let's press it. Okay, so this is just static, I think. So from here, let's just go ahead and approve it. Let's go now back to the home screen and we have this icon, which is my photo. And if I press it, we get the command with the copy button. I don't know if it's copying it because I'm clicking it and I don't get any feedback, but yeah, if I paste it here, it is copying it, so it's working. But just to keep things fun, let's go back to Bolt and I'm going to ask it to add storage to the application so that users can upload the file icon, right? And we don't have to rely on this link. Once we have that, I think we should be good because everything else I can tweak it, like the style, the colors, the images, the icons that I want to showcase, I can tweak that. But once we have that, I would be happy. So let's try to do that. TLDR, I'm telling Bolt that we want to be able to support uploading files and don't want to use the link anymore. So let's see if we can handle it. Ain't no way, guys. It's done, and it has added the ability to upload the icons. So it took like around, I would say 10 minutes for this one, or 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see what it did. Bolt database storage setup. Created icons storage bucket with proper policies. 5 megabytes file size limit enforced at storage level, which is more than enough, I think. File upload content, beautiful drag and drop interface. Database schema update. Now we have the icon path and the icon URL. Okay, and added a new function to get the submission icon URL. Security validation. Awesome. I really like that it's concerned about security, which is great. I'm super excited. Let's see this in action. Here we have my, my account. I'm using the admin one. Let's submit a creation. Now we have this beautiful icon image input here. Now let's see this in action. I need a real icon here. So I'm going to drag an icon from one of my applications that I was working on the other day. And I actually created this icon using Snap AI. And it's a brain, it's an application about using the local LLMs in the devices, right? And let's submit this icon. Okay, we got an error. Now let's open the terminal and let's try to submit this again. Okay, and if you notice, we are getting a failed request. So what I do in this case is just copy the error and the entire output here and go back to Bolt and ask it to fix it. So let's see if this fixes the issue. Oh, and I just tried again, and this time it worked. Now I'm confused. Maybe I didn't refresh the website. Let's go back to the showcase. Yeah, so I'm not able to see the icon, which means something is wrong. Let's go to Bolt. Okay, I asked Bolt to fix the issue and it fixed it. Now, I'm not sure what it did, but it now works. I just tested it and submitted the same icon. So if I go to my admin dashboard, you can see that I have actually two pending for approval, which means that the previous one, it actually worked, but somehow it didn't came through. But now this time it worked. It worked pretty well. So just to show you, let me go ahead and submit the same icon again. And actually have another one, so let's submit this one. I'm going to use, just the same data for now and test. Let's add my GitHub. Awesome. Test. Okay, and now we can submit. This is going to work properly. Back to showcase, and now as an admin, I can go to the admin panel and I'm able to see this icon. Awesome. So this is really awesome. I mean, I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and approve this. Let's approve this one and let's reject the duplicate. Perfect. Now the approved ones should be shown here. Oh my goodness. So how cool is this? Now you can come here and see icons from the community. Copy the link. Glassy brain bulb. Awesome. This is really, really cool. So from here, guys, it's just a matter of iterating on your prompt and change details in the UI. But what I want to do now, I'm super happy with this. And of course, I can, dedicate more time. I've been dedicating like a couple hours on this project. And what I like to do personally is focus on the core functionality, which is authentication, database, submission, storage of the icon, reviewing submissions from users, and displaying the data, right? Once we have the core functionality, we are basically 90% done. Changing the UI, fixing small things is just easy peasy. You can vibe code it or do it yourself if you have basic understanding of HTML and Tailwind CSS. And at this point, I'm extremely happy. So what I want to do now is just deploy it. So let's press publish. Deploying, it's actually very fast. I'm actually super surprised with this. Let's go to the deploy one. This is how it used to look like, right? Of course, and it's fetching the latest. Now, okay, it's deployed, I think. Let's refresh. Oh, so now it's working. How cool is that, guys? Of course, I need to zoom in a little bit just so that everyone is able to see. But yeah, very happy with the result. Let's open the terminal, and I want to show you that this is actually as well responsive. So this will work as well on mobile devices. And that's how you vibe code a production-ready application. I hope you really liked this video, guys. I had tons of fun building with Bolt and the new agents available. It's just mind-blowing that you can just ask for authentication, a database, deployment, storage, and everything just works out of the box. You don't need to create an account or anything like that. So I'm extremely excited for this. Definitely, I'm not going to let this project die. I'm going to polish it a bit more and then, post about it and actually use it with the community. So go ahead and try Bolt 2.0 and let me know how it goes. I would love to see your creations as well, so if you want something cool that you want to show me, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions as well here in the comments. Don't forget to check out codebases.dev, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.